Welcome back to another journey of growth and self-improvement. I'm really glad you're here today. Just by showing up, you're doing something powerful. Choosing to invest in yourself. That one decision already sets you apart. It says you care about becoming stronger, wiser, more in control of your life, and that takes courage. Mental strength isn't something you're born with. It's not reserved for the elite or the naturally tough. It's a skill, a muscle you build with effort, repetition, and awareness. Think about it. Life throws curveballs at all of us. What separates those who thrive from those who crumble isn't talent, it's mental resilience. In this video, we're going to break down 6 core habits that mentally strong people live by. These are not just fluffy ideas, they're powerful, actionable principles you can begin applying today. And if you do, they will change how you think, how you feel, and how you face every challenge in your path. Habit 1. Embrace change. Don't resist it. Change, the very word, can trigger anxiety. It's uncomfortable, uncertain, and sometimes painful. But here's a truth that mentally strong people live by. Growth and comfort never coexist. Most people cling to routines, even if they're not happy, because the known feels safer than the unknown. But mentally strong individuals don't see change as something to fear. They see it as a doorway to evolution. Whether it's losing a job, ending a relationship, moving to a new city, or starting a new path, every shift carries a seed of potential. Think of a caterpillar. Before it becomes a butterfly, it enters the darkness of the cocoon. That discomfort is necessary for transformation. So instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That mindset alone will shift your entire life trajectory. Remember, a breakthrough almost always follows a breakdown. Habit 2. Mastering your emotions. Let's be real. Emotions can be powerful, sometimes overwhelming. Anger, fear, jealousy, sadness. They're part of being human. But the key difference between being mentally strong and mentally reactive is this. Emotionally strong people feel their emotions, but don't let them control their actions. Have you ever made a decision in a moment of anger or fear and regretted it immediately? That's what mentally strong people learn to avoid, not by suppressing feelings, but by creating space between emotion and reaction. They pause, they breathe, they reflect, they respond with intention, not impulse. They know that just because fear shows up doesn't mean it gets to steer the ship. You can feel afraid and still act with courage. You can feel angry and still choose peace. That's the emotional discipline that transforms lives. Habit 3. Set boundaries like your life depends on it. In a world that demands constant availability, mentally strong people do something radical. They say no. Not from selfishness, but from wisdom. They know that energy is finite. Every yes to something meaningless is a no to something deeply important. Do you ever feel stretched thin, pulled in 100 directions? That's a sign it's time to protect your peace. Mentally strong people guard their time, their focus, and their emotional space like gold. They don't apologize for needing rest. They don't feel guilty for walking away from toxic people. They've learned that protecting their energy is essential for growth. If you're drained, burned out, and bitter, you can't build anything great. Not a business, not a dream, not a healthy relationship. Boundaries aren't walls, they're doors. And mentally strong people know exactly which ones to close and which ones to open. Habit 4. Take full responsibility no matter what. Here's one of the most empowering and uncomfortable truths you'll ever accept. Your life is your responsibility. That doesn't mean everything is your fault, but it does mean how you respond is always your choice. Mentally strong people don't blame. They don't make excuses. They don't wait for someone to rescue them. They own their decisions, the good, the bad, the painful. When something goes wrong, they ask, "What could I have done differently? What can I learn?" They don't fear failure. They see it as feedback. Think about anyone you admire: Oprah, Elon Musk, Winston Churchill, Michael Jordan. What do they all have in common? They failed spectacularly, but they didn't stay down. They used failure as fuel. When you take responsibility, you reclaim control. You stop being a victim and start being the author of your life story. Habit 5. Practice ruthless self-compassion. We live in a world obsessed with perfection. Perfect bodies, perfect routines, perfect careers. But real strength? It comes from knowing you'll never be perfect and loving yourself anyway. Mentally strong people are kind to themselves. Not soft, not lazy, just compassionate. When they mess up, they don't spiral into self-hate. They pause, they reflect, and they tell themselves, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I still matter. Self-compassion doesn't mean ignoring your flaws. It means seeing them clearly without adding shame. It's knowing that mistakes are part of progress, not proof of failure. Ask yourself, would you talk to your best friend the way you talk to yourself? Probably not, so stop bullying your mind. Speak to yourself with the same grace you offer others. That's where healing begins. Habit 6. Stay hungry for growth, always. This final habit is what separates the average from the extraordinary. Mentally strong people never stop learning. They read, they reflect, they study, they question, they grow. They understand that the moment you think you've arrived is the moment you start slipping backwards. Growth is a lifelong journey, not a destination. You don't stop because you hit a goal. You keep evolving because your purpose demands it. Mentally strong people seek discomfort on purpose. They choose growth over ego. They stay curious. They learn from books, from mentors, from failure, from every experience. The smartest people in the world ask the most questions, and the mentally strongest people are always students of life. So pick up that book, start that course, ask for feedback, reflect deeply. Every day is a chance to level up. If you've made it this far, take a moment to appreciate how rare that is. You're not here for entertainment, you're here to transform. So here's your reminder, you are not broken, you are becoming. Every step, every lesson, every stumble, it's all shaping you into someone unstoppable. Don't quit now. You've already started the process. Keep building these habits, keep rising above the noise, keep becoming someone even you are proud of. And remember, this journey is limitless. If this message lit a fire in you, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, Limitless Mindset, and share this with someone you care about. Drop a comment below and tell me, which habit are you committed to mastering this week? Until next time, protect your energy, train your mind, and never stop becoming the best version of yourself.